Hey everybody, Reen here, and this is my introduction video, or my introduction PowerPoint, which is recorded with a voiceover for the first assignment. And I just wanted to do this quickly to show you how it's done. And there are also several tools you can use to do this. And I'm not going to go into great detail on the technology side, but I'm using Camtasia Studio, which I love and I use it all the time. But there are a lot of different ways you can put your video together, and there's a lot of information in the module overview. So let's get started. My name is Reen, like green without the G and spelled differently. And I'm not even going to get into that story right now. Maybe later in the semester I'll get into that story. I'm your instructor for MIS 310. I've taught MIS 310 for about a couple years now. I've taught it 3 times, and I also taught MIS 100 for about 2 or 3 years as well. So I've been teaching in Metro State for quite a while. And this is the fall 2016 session of MIS 310. A little bit about me, some of my strengths and weaknesses. First, some people will call this a weakness. I will call it a strength. I've been in IT for 20 years. Currently, I work as a IT manager for Hennepin County in resident and real estate services. I have 32 IT professionals who report to me. They range in everything from project managers to business analysts to desktop to support to architects, as well as data people. And I love working in IT. Over the 20 years I've been in IT, I've worked for large companies like Target, Best Buy, Microsoft. I've worked on huge deployments, really huge deployments, in fact. And I've also worked on some really small, the small projects. I worked on good projects, troubled projects, and I've also done a lot of coaching with project managers and helped them on their projects. So literally over my career, 20 years, I've literally worked on hundreds and hundreds of projects. In fact, I had a stretch where at Target where I was averaging anywhere from 1 to 200 projects per year, where I was jumping in and assisting project managers on troubled projects. So I've been in the industry for quite a while. I've held almost every position in the industry except for developer. So I've been a project manager, business analyst, I've been a technical architect, I've been a desktop support person, I've been a system administrator. I've had almost every position except for development. So if someone has done all of those plus development, you've got me on that one. I've never been a developer. And as I mentioned already, I've logged thousands of hours working on hundreds and hundreds of projects. And one of my weaknesses is that there are only so many hours in a day, right? And I'm not using it as an excuse. It's just that when you're working in IT, there's so many things you want to take on, and you just can't do it all. So you'll have to get good at prioritizing and trying to figure out what's most important, and then take on those things. Because if you try to do it all, like a lot of us do when we're young and early in our career, you'll get burned out pretty fast, right? You work 60, 80, 100 hours a week, and people are still asking you why you didn't do more. So eventually you'll get to the point where you'll learn that there's only so many hours in a day. And, you know, that's just the way it is. Personal life. I have a family. We live in Andover, Minnesota. In the picture, you can see myself and my wife, and then I have a son who attends Anoka High School, a daughter who also attends Anoka High School, and my youngest daughter who is in middle school. And we like to travel a lot. We'll jump in a car and take a road trip almost anywhere, as long as we have some, enough time off to do it. And then also pets. I've had several dogs and cats, and they all got old, and now I have one dog. He is a 10-year-old lab named Rudy. He's a rescue dog from the Humane Society. I love to rescue animals from the Humane Society. My wife doesn't like it so much, but so Rudy was a rescue dog. He grew up, he spent 9 years living in a garage with 16 other dogs before the Humane Society got him. And the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, Rudy's learned a lot since he's been with us, and you can teach an old dog new tricks. So that's my personal side, and that's it. That's really all you need to include, right? So you have your introduction slide, you have a slide on your strengths and weaknesses, and something personal or something you'd like others to know. Record it, upload it, and get the link out there so everybody else in the course can see it, because I will use this information as I start putting teams together, and your peers will use this information as they try to determine who they would like to have on their team. So hope you enjoyed the intro. If you've never done one of these before, it could take a little time. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. You can upload these things to YouTube, wherever you have an account, SlideShare. I mean, there's all kinds of places. So that's it. Reen signing out.